Stay tuned for another episode of the Coming Soon podcast with Spider.
Here we go. Hello, everybody. Spider here. Coming soon podcast, of course, being joined by Marcus Davila. My man, how are you doing, bro?
Oh, I'm blessed, brother. I appreciate you making some time for me to step on the show, and I love chatting
Um,
with you.
no, for sure, man. And I know, you're a return guest, bro. I mean, being that you're local, man, I'm always looking forward to you guys coming back on here. But since the last time we talked, man, you've actually, you and the family team have been busy, brother. You guys are all over the place, man. Um, I mean, I got tons of questions, bro. I mean, I know you got a project coming up. I wanted to say that one for last.
Sure.
But I mean, as far as what you guys have been doing, because of course, I mean, there's a project you were working on a while back, had to do with boxing. I know you were out there training, man, trying to get in the groove, man, get in shape and get prepared physically and mentally. So what's going on with that, bro?
So I was working on a script called Blood and Gloves, and it's a story about a boxer who faces some trials and tribulations, inside and outside of the ring. And I had a shadow producer decide that that they were interested in purchasing it off of us, and they would like to see the completed version. They don't want me to post anything else out publicly, and that they would like to take that off of our hands and then possibly bring us on to help them out with that film in the future. So it was neat. It was the first time that I had somebody reach out to us that way, and just I felt like they were stealing one of my eggs, one of my
Yeah,
babies out of the the nest. But I look at my films, as my children. I have to feed them, raise them, and then at one point in time, you just got to let them go out into the public. And I wasn't really ready to shoot that one out yet, but sometimes you just got to strike when the iron's hot, and we did with that one. So we got a chance to put something out there for some friends that are going to help us make that film into something larger than I possibly would have been able to do it. So they're going to do it justice, and hopefully we'll get a chance to work with them. But if not, we have a lot of other projects coming up, and I feel like as a storyteller, I got a lot of stories to tell, and I enjoyed my time training. I still work out. It'd be 3 to 4 times a week, but now it's just more exercise and playing soccer and football. I got my boys playing sports,
nice.
and my oldest, he's playing for Edison, so we got to get him ready for linebacker drills and for wide receiver drills. So this is all stuff that I played in school. So I'm a little slower, I'm a little thicker than I was in school, but I still got that muscle memory and the memories of the workouts that they put us through. So just trying to keep him as prepared as I can as a father.
No, and of course, man. I mean, I always tell people because even we both come from jujitsu, doing Brazilian jujitsu, man, and
Yeah,
I told people, like the drills that I used to do back when. I mean, I started doing it when I was teaching, and
sure.
one of my students was actually a black belt now under another professor, right, out there in the Dallas area, man.
Yeah,
We talked a few years back, man. He was for a competition, and he was like, "Man, those drills you taught me, man, I use them. I use them for my students." And I'm like, "Bro, 'cause they were brutal, man. But
yeah.
it's all about muscle memory, like you said. You get that strength. You don't get that muscle. You get that strength, man, and those wonders. But yeah, man. I mean, I saw the video out there. You working out, man, and I mean, I've been there myself, so I was like, man, it
Yeah.
was brutal, brother. I mean, the fact that you were doing it and
Yeah.
preparing yourself, bro, because like you said, I mean, we are slower, we're a little bit thicker, bro, but we deserve it, man. I mean, we're out there, but yeah,
Yeah.
but let me ask you, bro. Your son's going to Edison. Is that where you went? Did you go to Edison?
No, the high school. I went to a couple high schools. I went to 4 high schools actually, and the first one I went to was Lee High School. That's where I have most of my, I guess, friends from. Ultimately, I went to Jackson Middle School and elementary. I went to 4 different elementaries. My dad sold cars, so we moved around a lot when I was in elementary, and then in high school, I got a chance to transfer and go live with my cousins that were in Marshall District, and at the time Marshall had a fantastic football team. Lee had a, not so fantastic football team, but I made some great friends that I'm still friends with, and a couple of them are in some of my films, and I
Nice.
guess that's really what I try to teach my boys is that you're gonna meet people, along this road of life, and some people, you just hold on to them because it's a rough ride later on, and don't
Yep.
look at people and friends as something that, oh, okay, I'm always gonna have a chance to meet buddies like that. Like, nah, keep your friends close, and so I went to Lee my freshman sophomore year, and then my junior year I transferred to Marshall. I went to Marshall, played through the football season, and then after I was just really disinterested in sitting in class for 8 hours because now there's a bunch of kids that I'm not friends with that I didn't grow up with, so these are just strangers that I'm sitting next to looking around with, and I mean, yeah, I'm in class, and then I go home, I'm going home to my tío and tías, and it's not home. So I just really grew disinterested with school, and dropping out wasn't an option. My father told me, if you're gonna drop out, we're not gonna consider you part of our family. That's not an option, mijo. So if you're gonna do something, look to the military, look to graduate early, and take your credit by exam and do something different. So I went and I sat with the recruiter, and for me, I've always been close to, I guess, appreciating the free and calmness and being on the water. So the Navy for me was huge because everybody that joined the Air Force, you go to boot camp here, and then you get stationed on a base. And I just didn't want to be stuck at one place for 3 or 4 years. I love the thought of being able to travel and see a few different places. So the Navy recruiter I went to chat with, he had me take an ASVAB. I got a good score, and they pretty much opened the books for me. When I went to go talk to the recruiters about the jobs, they have a notebook, and they have a sheet for every job. So it's like, okay, you can be an airman, you can be an engineman, you can be this, you can be yada yada. So I got a chance to look through, and then they were offering bonuses for two jobs, and one of them was the cryptologic school, which is learning and working with encryptions for computers,
Oh, nice.
and pretty much hacking for the military. And this was back in 2001, and nuclear technician. So learning how to work on the nuclear subs and stuff, and the nuclear, arms department that we have. But the thing was, the school that they had for cryptologic technicians, it was in Pensacola for a year, and I thought that was awesome. And then the school that they had for the nuke school was 2 years in Virginia, and I was like, nah, I couldn't sit through 8 hours right now of high school. That's why I'm trying to graduate early, man. I'm like, I can't do 2 years. So I was confident enough to say, you know what, like, let's go to this nerd school. Let's hit it. I know it's going to be hard. Everything is, but I go to boot camp in Great Lakes, and then I got a chance to go to Pensacola, and then from there, I was sent to San Diego and stationed on a ship. So I got a chance to see beaches in Florida, beaches in California, and be near the water, and that was something that was really tantamount to what I wanted to do when I first joined. So I was real happy to been able to serve and be a part of our country's servicemen.
No, no, for sure, man. Definitely, man. And thank you for your service, brother. I mean, of course, that's one of those things I personally wanted to do out of high school, man. And
Yeah.
I got in trouble, bro. So let's just leave it at that, But I didn't have that opportunity. But I agree with you on the water part, man, because, I've always, loved swimming. I love, going to the lakes, going to the rivers, Florida. And I was going to say, while you were out there stationed, bro, I mean, did you guys go through any storms out there, man? Because they got hit, I think, earlier today.
We did, but we didn't get hit by anything on this level scale.
Yeah.
That these storms that have been coming through. It's like we're blessed. We're pretty lucky. We I think in late 2001 we got a pretty bad storm, but we were just locked down on the base.
Right.
So the way that our rooms were set up, they were kind of like hotels. So it was in a big square, and we had a courtyard on the inside. So everybody just came out because it was just raining and windy, and there was nothing
Okay.
really wild. We played football, and soccer out there in the courtyard, and for us it was fun. It wasn't anything that we felt life threatening or
Right.
that scary. But yeah, so that was at Marshall. I decided I'm going to join there. I fast forwarded a little too quick, but
No, no, you're good.
they didn't want to allow me to do credit by exam. So I went to two schools after, two small charter schools. One of them was over here off of, what is the same? Uh, Positive Solutions. That's the name of the school. And it was a small charter school. And they allowed me to take courses that were shortened and quickened so that I could join the Navy faster.
Oh,
But they wanted me to spend a few months on each course. And that was just too slow. So my recruiter just went up and pulled me out and said, "Hey, I got this other school we can send you to off of 36th Street, and 90. It's called CBHS, Competency Based High School." He says, "You just
oh man.
keep your head straight." He says, "You're going to be there with a bunch of, pregnant teen mothers. You're going to be there with guys that, have been in and out of, jail as teens, and they're just going there to get their GED. But the thing is, you'll be able to graduate, get your diploma, and they're not requiring you to take the whole course." So I just had to go through, and I ended up getting something like 11 credits in like 3 or 4 months.
Wow.
So yeah, I got a chance to do like half a high school in a couple months, and I didn't get the experiences. I didn't go to prom. I didn't do any of the fun stuff the kids get to do now, But for me, it just no regrets. I really felt like I made the right choice going through there. And if I would have sat through class, I probably would have been skipping more,
Yeah.
or not been able to devote the attention that it deserved. And for me, I'm super ADD. Like I have to be focused on something. If not, I'm gonna be looking around for something to keep my attention. And yeah, it's just I get distracted pretty easily. So films and writing books, and teaching these kids
Busy.
sports, yeah, and work. I have a job now with the Honda shop where we build
Yeah.
cars. Like today, right now, I'm looking for some parts for a car that we're going to put 1,500 horsepower in. And for
Ooh,
me, this is
yeah.
yeah, this is like a dream job, and then I get to go home and then put my dreams onto these scripts, and then allow other people to play them out. So super blessed right now, and just going through life, happy little Hispanic.
Oh man, and bro, I mean, I'll say this, man, because I mean, you guys are paving ways, bro. I mean, you guys are opening doors for a lot of people when it comes to movies. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure even behind the scenes, there's opportunities that you've given to others to be
Yeah.
able to go and help you guys. But let me ask you this, bro, because of course, I mean, I did join you guys for a scene, man, and I appreciate
Yeah.
that because I was able to experience that behind the scene. What went on, and I mean, it was a lot, dude. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I mean, after you guys held it together, I was like, okay, cool, man. Like,
Yeah.
it takes discipline. It takes having good people to be able to help you along the way, because it's not just a one man team. There's a lot going on, and I gotta say it was a hell of an experience, man, and thank you for that, bro.
Absolutely. I feel like we're all teachers. We go through experiences, and at some point in time, you can either just internalize those experiences, and then somehow find a way to put it out into the world where others can learn from it.
Yeah.
And for me, I really enjoy teaching people and giving people a shot. That's something that I feel that everybody deserves. Mm, Maybe not everybody. Maybe most people.
No,
But
and I was gonna say too, man, because of course, there's a lot that goes on to this. I mean, for myself, man, I enjoy being part of something.
yeah.
The fact that I'm doing the podcast and I'm interviewing you guys, I figured, you know what, why not, man? I mean, if there's an opportunity, I definitely want to be a part of it. I've been part of a few already indie films, and
Yeah.
I'm just looking to keep going. I mean, whether or not something comes out of it, I don't know. But I mean, the fact that I'm able to experience it and go along this journey along with you guys, bro. I mean, it's just truly a blessing, bro, because not a lot of people do that, man. I mean, I learned maybe even like years back when I was actually trying to get into it, that a lot of it was tight knit. Not a lot of filmmakers back a couple years back were willing to open the door and say, hey, yeah, you know what, come hang out with us this day and help us make this happen, because I don't know what it is. I mean, it's everybody's baby, like you said earlier, and I definitely respect that. I wouldn't go into a studio or into a scene and be half-assed or just make a fool out of myself. I mean, it's like, I mean, I'm definitely going to try to do my best and help whichever way I can. But But I did want to ask you, bro, because on that film, the one that I mean that I'm, that I was out there to attend. I mean, did you guys hold back on that one as well?
On the American Coyote.
Right. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so for that one, it's I try to find people and put them in positions where they can run in their lane and they don't have to do something that's outside of what I feel they can do. And that's after chatting with them, I felt like you being in martial arts, you'd be able to embody somebody that's in a physical job,
Yeah.
that is something that your body's, pretty much your tool and your weapon that you're using, and a lot more than your thoughts and your words are with people. And I felt like you hit it out the box. Like it's something that not everybody can do, and you just walked right into it, and you've been able to visualize it, internalize it, and then externalize it, and be an actor quickly. I'm super confident that in the next project that we bring you on, which is what we'll talk about later, that you'll
Yeah.
be able to kill it. And I mean, we all have our social circles. We all have people that we feel that we're comfortable with.
Right.
We do this with teams, right? Like when you go to lunch, you'd always have your homies that's your 3-on-3 squad, every day.
Right.
Or you go to the gym, and the first dude you roll with is the same dude you always roll with, right? First, like,
Exactly, man.
your training partner. So we're animals of nature that prefer to be comfortable, right? And sometimes I like to shake it up, but I feel the same way where I like to be comfortable with my team, and I bring people around me that I feel can do what I ask them to do, and because it's for the greater good. The stuff that we're putting together is powerful media. It's I can't say that I've seen another movie where I see a human trafficker doing work, from his point of view, from his perspective. I've seen a lot of gangster tales where they're gang members. I've seen a lot of, mafia movies where we get a chance to see it from their perspective. And then we have, Donnie Brasco, who played both sides, right? And we haven't seen a lot of human traffickers in film, where we get a chance to see the stuff that they're dealing with, grappling with, and in life. They're there are something that's happening every day. You can look on the news and you'll find some sort of news about Chapo's son being taken to Chicago, for court. We got El Mayo over here in El Paso. We have a lot of real life stuff happening, and we don't see a translation and film to it. We have maybe Sicario, one and
Yeah.
two, that's talking about it, but that's from the perspective of the government. We see more of their side versus we see a little bit of the Mexican side, but there's not really an empathy for the people that have to go through this type of atmosphere and have to live and breathe in it every day. There's a lot of glorified gangster flicks being made where it's like, oh, okay, these dudes got some awesome rides, they're doing some bad shit, but you know what, it looks really cool, and that's
Oh,
something that I didn't want to do. I wanted mine to be more along the lines of like Harsh Times,
yeah.
David Ayers, film. And David Ayers, also a Navy vet, so shout out
Right.
to him. And I felt like if I was going to tell a story, I wanted to tell it my way.
Yeah.
So I didn't have the big budget that Ayer did, but I had the storytelling ability and the ability to recognize what looks real and what doesn't. I've done my best in this film to portray the fictional character as best as I can. I've done the best to locate, talent and motorcycle riders and low riders, people that are living this life that they don't have to fake it to make it.
Yeah.
These are people that if you question them, they're gonna have the common knowledge of every single thing that I need to for them to have, and for them to bring it out on screen on set is something that it's priceless. I'm sure that at some point I'll have to work with people that haven't been through the experiences that I need them to be for them to feel it, you know. But I'm just lucky right now that I've had a lot of support and a lot of help from real people who've lived a life. Unfortunately, some of the characters in the film have been through, testimonies that I'll let them share later after the film. But we've had some people that have been kidnapped. We've had some people that have, trafficked people, and these are the people that I was asking, and taking notes on. Hey, so what happened? How long? How many days were you in there? What did they feed you? What did they give you to drink? What exactly was it like? Was it dark? Was it light? Was it murky? Was it damp? Like all of this information, I tried to bring together and put it out in the film, and get a chance to relay the struggles of what our brown brothers are going through. Not every Mexican, is a trafficker and doing illegal things, of course, but there are some that are, and not all of them have had the opportunity that I had, to go to four different high schools, to join the military or not, and still be able to know that I'm not going to be hunted by another cartel. Like some of these people are kids that are picked up, and then forced to work. Like some of these other countries where they don't really have an opportunity, they're kind of snatched up too young. And that's something that I wanted to show in this film, where strife is something that's universally felt. And I hope people are empathetic to the fact that, that's what we're trying to show in this film. I don't want people to watch the film and be like, oh man, I want to be a coyote. I can be awesome. I can be badass at it. I won't get caught. I want them to be like, damn, like that's what these people go through.
Yeah.
Feel that empathy for them, and then stop there. Like I just want them to feel empathy for the roles and what some of these people are go through. I want them to, when they see the news that somebody's missing, I want them to share that news. Not just look at it and keep scrolling, and not feel any empathy to the people that are missing family, that are missing, daughters, sisters, mothers that are brutally taken. I mean, the women that are coming over that are being trafficked. I mean, almost all of them are facing sexual assaults. And this is something that they know, and they take pills so that they don't get pregnant. And these pills sell out in Mexico. So this is just like a terrible ordeal that our people are going through. And I wanted to show it in a film, because I felt a documentary would be too quiet. I felt like, what, put this out in a film. Let's put some lights on it. Let's put an underglow kit. Let's put a booming system in it. I got Mickey Cruz from New Mexico, who he gave me a hit to just put on the film, and it's just a lot of people are contributing to this story, and I feel it's something that everybody should be aware of, like what our people are going through.
No, no, for sure, man. And that's one of the things when I was telling people at my work, man, because I mean I had brought it up on during the meeting, and they were like, oh, what kind of film is it? And I said, man, it's a story, and that was the best way I could describe it, because I was like, you know what, it is a story.
Yeah.
I mean, I talked to you about this, and I mean, the way you were talking about it, I was just like, man, there's something that needs to be told, because, yeah, everybody wants to be, cool, and like you said, have the cool ride and the cool chicks, and it's just, I mean, man, those times don't last, bro. I mean, as many people as I've lost, friends growing up, just making that one bad decision, and I haven't heard from them in years. I don't know if they're alive or they're locked up. I mean, who knows, man? But it's definitely it's a true a harsh reality, But I mean, if they watch this film, like you said, I mean, it's gonna give them something to look back and think, damn, you know what? Because for the most part, like I have family members that were on the wrong side of the law. I've had family members that did wrong. I've done wrong in my past, and it's just, we learn from them, and some people don't. I mean, I'm here because I learned. I learned my lesson, man, and it's just like, hey, you know what, like, being behind bars isn't for me, man. So I had to, to do right and just keep doing what I what I can. I mean, I with my kids around, of course, want to be an example, and but yeah, man, I mean, it's gonna be a great one, man. And I mean, the fact that it comes from the heart and it comes from the truth, man, from reality, dude, that's what's gonna make it special, man. I can't wait for that one.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate it. We're trying to inspire some people to stay straight, even though it's tough and rough. That other side, it ain't no greener for the grass over there on that side.
No,
You just gotta water your own.
yeah, exactly, man. But people spend more time on their yard, man. They'd be good too, bro. But yeah, man, of course, man. I mean, when it comes to storytelling, because obviously this is something that you have a kink in. This is something that you're really good at, and telling these stories. There's one coming up, and it's actually going to be a short film. And I want to bring up the the project because a lot of people even messaged me and they were like, "Oh, I wanna tell my story or I want to tell my side," and I'm like, "Man, well, it's not a documentary. Like this is a film because I think you described it as well."
Yeah.
So tell us about this project coming up, man.
So there's just a small itch that I get around Halloween, and it's to share, a scary story. And I guess it was growing up first, like watching Are You Afraid of the Dark, that I've always loved
Yeah,
the the camaraderie between sharing a scary story amongst the group. We'd go to the lake as kids, and I had a friend that my dad's son that he'd go, and we'd go out to the lake, fish during the day, and then at night we'd go look for other people, and we'd sit around a little campfire and tell our stories, right? And La Llorona, of course, was brought up, right? And then the donkey lady.
yeah,
And this has been a story that I've heard a few variants on, and I wanted to bring it into a short film format so that people get a chance to see our version, and we're gonna have fun with it, and fun in our horror twisted way. But I'm going back. I'm going retro with it. So I'm gonna take it back to the late the late '80s, early '90s, and that's when it's gonna be set. We're gonna have some flash forwards to the present, but for the most part, this is gonna take place in the past, just like the times when I was a kid listening to these stories, these. These amazing local legends, that captivated audiences and people because there was no social media, there was
oh
no,
no, man.
yeah, there was no detractors to say, oh, to hate on it, right? It was just, oh, that's awesome. You got more support for stuff than, and people kept their negative emotions inside and didn't vocalize it as much. So, I'm taking the film back to today. I love that time period. I feel like it's going to be fun to share some stories about that, and it's going to be a neat one. I feel that people will appreciate and hopefully support, and if we can later, we'll make a feature out of it. But right now, we're trying to make a short film, draw up interest, and share our proof of concept so that people can see like our idea, our version of it, and get a chance to share some South Texas legends, out to the world. We've got support all over the world, and that's something that I feel amazingly blessed to have. And there's going to be people all over the world that watch this and hear about it for the first time, and I hope that it grips them just as much as it gripped me the first time I heard this story, and the nightmares it gave me, hearing those those hoofs,
No, yeah,
at
bro.
night, you know Chucky's footsteps, coming up the stairs, sleeping on the second, floor. But these are things that I feel are intense, and I like to be intense with our films. So I felt it was a chance to share a story that hasn't been overly,
Yeah,
overly told, and get a chance to share something that's also local. I love using local talent, and it's just because I feel San Antonio's the it's a melting pot. We have a lot of races coming in that are, we have a lot of people that have been here. We have people that are traveling through here. We have military people that
yeah,
decided to stay, and I love the fact that I can bring a bunch of different people together, different races, and this story is something that I can do that with. The American Coyote, it's a little bit different. It's a little more of a Hispanic,
right.
story, and in that effect, there's going to be people that just have no interest in it. But I feel like with this, it's a little more universal, and horror films are a chance to, get a
Yeah,
chance to get a little bloody, but have some fun with it and spook some people, and that's what I'm looking forward to is scaring
nice.
some people, keeping them up late at night, listening to these hoofs chasing them.
Yeah, bro. I'm telling you, man, you're gonna be trying to go to sleep and man, I'm
Yeah,
telling you, when you said that, because yeah, I mean, growing up, bro, I heard that story. My uncles, my aunts, we used to call it bingo night because they'd all come over to my family's home and play bingo, and they start telling stories, man. And it was always we were always just sitting by the window, just listening, because of course we weren't allowed inside. They threw us
yeah.
out. So, but it was good, man. Great times, and like you said, man, it got our attention because we didn't have so many distractions. We paid attention, we listened, and we went with it. However we went, we were where we grew up. It was on the west side, right here off San Fernando, and we used to have this beautiful. pecan tree, bro, in the backyard. So
Yeah.
we, it was dark, bro. Like you couldn't see anything. So we'd all like dare each other after the stories. We dare each other to run, touch the tree. No, but forget about it, man. You start hearing hoops and but yeah, man, it's great times, bro. And I think it's gonna be one of those stories for those that have experienced stories like ourselves growing up about it, that are
Yeah.
gonna be able to relate and be like, oh man, like you know what, it's gonna bring back a lot of memories, bro. It's gonna be
Yeah.
good.
I hope so. I hope so. It's definitely something that's a powerful story here in San Antonio and locally. It's hopefully it'll grip some people and keep them, keep them interested in our project, and maybe we can keep their attention for some of our other stuff coming up. So that's the goal.
No, no, for sure, man. And I was gonna say too, because one of the things you mentioned earlier was that you wanted to get a story on one that's not. I don't want to say that watered down, because there's plenty that have been remade, and
Yeah.
there's sequels and prequels, and yeah. But I mean, the donkey lady. I mean, the donkey lady, bro. I mean, that's something like even I was telling some of my coworkers once again. I was telling them about it, and they're like, "Oh man, like I remember that," And it's just like I
Yeah.
said, I was just like, dude, it's gonna hit a couple people different ways. But
Yeah.
it's gonna be great, man. I mean, as far as it is gonna be a short film. So, what's the take on a short film? Let me ask you that. Like, what's the time frame?
So I'm looking to finish up casting in the next week or so. We've had a huge response, come
Yeah,
through of people interested, and I'm making a role for every person that's submitted. It might not be a speaking role, but it's
right.
going to be your chance to join Lions Act Productions on this project and get a chance to be on set and feel what it's like to have a camera on you. It's something that I feel everybody that wants to do should have a chance to do. There's varied roles that I have for this, and I'm finalizing the script because I'm adding some people that are interested to come in, and so I'm in the next maybe week or two I'll have the script finished. We should be looking to film within the next month, and then it'll probably be filmed over like 2 weekends, and then we'll have it out before Halloween, God willing.
Oh, nice, bro. And of course, I mean, it is gonna be shot locally, right?
Yes, yes, San
Okay.
Antonio and Pleasanton.
Ándale, bro. And I was gonna say, as far as location, you already got them set. You're ready to go.
Yeah, I got 75% of the location set. I got a couple people that I still need to contact about some spots, but I'm just I'm pretty confident that the people that I reach out to will get back to me and offer us the chance to film there. It's
Nice.
yeah, I got a good group of people that I feel will help us out. But yeah, the main bulk of the story, those scenes are booked up already, so they're just on ice, waiting for me to head out there with the team and film. Now it's a matter of finding out who else wants to join the flick. We wanted to give people at least a day or two after watching our interview here to reach out in case they felt inclined to, and you'll have your chance. Come out, and you don't need any experience. All you need is ganas,
Yeah.
and take a little direction. I'm not the hardest director, but we're going to bring forth the best film that we possibly can, and I'm going to put you in a position to win. I'm not here to cut anybody out. I'm not here to block anybody. It's not my style. I want to move forward with the right team, and if y'all are ready to join the team, we're happy to help you and bring your film goals to life.
No, no, for sure, man. And I was gonna say too, man, this is actually a perfect time for them to be able to participate. And if there's something that you see that you like, I mean, of course, you bring them back, right?
Absolutely, this
Right.
is definitely a tryout opportunity. We
Yeah.
have Dancing for Passion with Miss Lorena Monroe, co-directing that I'll be starting in October. We'll be filming, and Sabrina, my wife, has a couple films coming up that we're going to start filming as well. Knowing Christ for David,
Yeah.
and we also have Hell Dance, the feature film coming up. Two fantastic movies, one true crime thriller. We have the Hell Dance being a huge hit for us on YouTube. We have over 20,000 views on that one since that short film has been put up, and now we're going to make the feature. So really, it's about feeling comfortable and offering people the chance to show us what they got. It's our chance to talk to them in person, realize their goals, and see if we can meet somewhere in the middle, and help them out as we help ourselves out finishing this up. And we have the American Coyote that will be closing up. I got about one or two scenes left for that one, and then we're into post production. And then in probably September, October, I'm gonna be dual filming. We're gonna have a Vaqueros of Hawaii, so we'll be filming that one as well. And I'm taking my time. I film when I can. I have a full time job. I do this because I love it, and if it takes me longer, it's because it's not my full time job yet. But feel free to donate to our Indiegogos. Anybody that wants to support and help these films get made, we have an Indiegogo right now for No One Cries for David, so we can bring that true crime thriller to life, and it helps pay the cast, the crew, helps get them fed and taken care of. We don't worry about the payments. We just want our people taken care of, and we're happy to make these films and put it out to make a name for ourselves. And we're excited about our future opportunities.
No, man. You see, and I was gonna say, because on top of film, on top of working, on top of you guys having a family and being mom and being dad, you and your wife doing great things, man. There's something else that you guys are involved in, man. And this is it's an agency, right? I mean, you guys are actually
Yeah.
getting people involved. I mean, well, and I can pretty much already say why, but I mean, why is it that you guys are doing that?
So I was signed to the Inorama Talent Agency of Greece, and a little bit less, maybe a little over a year ago, and Sabrina was signed right after, and they were interested in our storytelling abilities, and found us compelling in the ability to be able to do everything in house. Right, we're both writer directors, and after a few months, we got a chance to meet a lot of people that weren't represented, and they were here going through and hitting some pitfalls, unfortunately, because they didn't have the knowledge from representation like we did. And so I spoke with the owner of the agency, and I asked them, if I could become staff, if Sabrina could become staff, and allow us to represent people as management as well as their talent agency. So um, I feel like there's a lot of knowledge that I can share with people and help them avoid some of the pitfalls that our friends have been caught on, that I have been caught on, and just to help them have a better budding career. And so we've reached out to a few people, and Sabrina and I represent about 7 clients right now, and we're growing. We uh, we prefer management versus a talent agency, because a talent agency won't curate your career. They're not going to help place you in classes. They're just going to shoot you jobs when they get jobs. I wasn't interested in being a talent agent. I got enough stuff on my plate. But I felt as a manager, I'm able to help out, let them know, hey, you know what? This is what you got to do. You got to help. You got to do this on your IMDb. Okay. When you're doing these free movies, it's okay. But if they're getting paid, hey, ask for something on the back end, a deferred payment. There's no reason that your time should be, not paid for and not worked for if they're making money off of it. This is business in the end. Giving these people the right advice as to the type of roles accepting. Sometimes, you don't want to accept the role, even though they're gonna, give you a chance to talk and they're gonna spread it out. And some people, they're just not knowledgeable enough to recognize the difference between, a good role and a bad role, in my opinion. And now I have to share this because it's only, in my opinion and Sabrina's opinion. Have been given the opportunity from the NASA's, which is my agent and my boss at Inorama, to bring people into our team and to show them our ways. And so far it's worked good. We've had some cast on 1923, on a couple other paid projects, and we do this because we want to. We don't do it for a percentage payday that we're getting huge off of. We take the minimum, and then we work off trying to make them into the best actor actress that we can. And this is something that we want to do, and we want to help people. And some of the jobs that the people go and get paid on, we don't even ask for anything back, because we want them to enjoy the beginning of their, the fruits of their labor. And so we're trying to help out as many people as we can, to just avoid the quicksand, in the entertainment business. You can't believe everything you hear, and all the glitters isn't gold. So sometimes, you just got to pass up that speaking role for a non-speaking role, and because it's gonna do you better in the end. You don't want to be recognized for being being good at being, bad. Oh, that guy's a terrible actor. Oh, here he is again in this. It's better to walk into a role that, you know what, I feel like I can do this to the proper best of my ability, and and hit it 100.
Yeah.
And that's what we try to do is just put our people in an opportunity to win. And that's what we do at Inorama Talent Agency, and we're a family there. When I got to film, these people are the first ones, to reach out, and the people that I've worked with before, so they know that in here, in our house in Lions Act Productions, that they have a teammate. So for some people going through, this entertainment world, they just want a team to go with, and we offer them that ability.
No, man, and that's great, bro. Because like I've helped manage fighters before, in the regional scene, and I've worked with a lot of, and my biggest pet peeve, man, when it came to management companies, because a lot of them will come from companies that like they didn't care enough about them to even ask, like, hey, how are you doing, man? Are you doing okay? Are you doing good? Just simple checkup, and I would tell these guys, like, man, I mean, these guys are making money, like so much money off of you guys, man, like. Like I mean, it should be more personal. I get it as business, and it's like, hey, they were just out there to get them paid, but at the end of the day, like they weren't taking care of their future because even fighters now, like I talk to them, and I'm like, man, like I mean, a lot of them already know they're in the UFC now, and they know they can't fight forever. So I'm like, man, start getting ready. Start looking at something else. Start looking at whether it's going to be teaching, start looking at acting, start looking at doing stunts or something that's going to benefit them in the long run because it's just I mean, fighting's not forever, man, and the ones that are still in there and can still do it, great, but there's a lot of fighters that are retiring just because of injuries and getting everybody thinks they get paid big bucks, man, and compared to the regional scene maybe, but I mean, for months and months away and training and paying everybody, man, after a while, at the end, they're they don't take home a full paycheck, bro.
Yeah, you got to diversify the portfolio, right? You
Yeah.
got to
Oh yeah.
spread the eggs out into multiple baskets, and that's what we try to do. I'm writing a script. I got two books that I'm writing. I have some films that we'll be filming up to tomorrow. I'm back to car building. Well, I don't build the cars. I work in the office, so I help source the parts and help manage the office along with the owner there. But it's you got to spread it out to have the best opportunity. Unless you're really really good at something, then it's okay to be okay at a couple different things. Because then when something's hit or on fire, you just move into that lane a little bit stronger, but you still have a backup that you've been working on over
Oh yeah.
time, and that's what I try to do. If my film career doesn't hit, it's okay. I got a full-time job that I love, and I'm still writing books and writing scripts, and my wife's making movies, and I acted in one. If I never act again, it's okay because I prefer being behind the camera.
Yeah.
But I thought, you know what, this is an opportunity to take on a role I feel I can do. And so far, I've got a couple haters online that call it a B movie, call it terrible acting, but everybody's gonna have their perspective and their
Oh yeah.
criticism, and I'm open to it. Just buy your ticket when the movie comes out and share how you feel, but just understand this is my first acting role. This is my directorial debut, and it's only going to go up from here. So
Yeah.
so let it all out now, because we're not going to be terrible forever.
No, no, yeah, and that's the thing too, man. A lot of people, I mean, they don't realize because I mean, it'd be easy for me to say, oh yeah, I can direct a film or I can do this, but man, it's a lot of work, bro. I mean, like I said, just watching you guys work that day, like I was stressed, bro. I mean, it wasn't bad, but I mean, I just saw that there was a lot going on, and I'm like, wow, dude, like, yeah, it takes a team, man, because while you're busy doing this, like somebody's got to be ready back here, ready to go for the next scene, and the lighting. I mean, just everything. But you guys did great, man. I mean, it was a great experience, man. I mean, it's something I'm definitely gonna take with me forever. And I mean, on this next project you have, bro. Like I said, if you need a victim, you need me to fall, you need me. Hey, just tell me, brother. Just tell me which way you want me to fall, and I'll do it, bro. But
Oh, I got a spot for you, brother. We're definitely gonna we'll try to keep you alive in this one, but like the Godfather, right? Like
yeah,
he wanted his sons to be the ones that pulled the strings, but unfortunately, Sonny was too tough, and they cut him out the game early. But
yeah,
Michael, he just had that right, tension to be able to give sometimes I'm gonna be a little more eloquent, and sometimes I'm gonna be a little more hasty in my direction, but I feel the authenticity it shows in our scenes. I feel like when people watch our trailers, that shit looks real, like and that's what we're going for. Can it look better? Absolutely. Will it look better in the future? Absolutely. But this is the best we could do with what we have, and people that have made films or people that have been a part of them will understand that. And the people that haven't, feel free to share your opinion, but just know it doesn't bother me at all. So I'm gonna keep making movies after this. This is my first one. I got another 5 lined up for the next 2 years, 3 years, and that's just the beginning. I got books coming out too, so it's a feel free to share your opinions online for us, but just make sure you follow us, subscribe first, and
Tell them,
watch
tell them.
until the end. Watch until the end.
Yeah.
Don't cut out halfway through. I need those hours to count so I can get monetized.
No, you said I was gonna say too, man. I says they can hate all they want as long as they keep watching, right?
Exactly. That's why I say, shit, man. You just buy a ticket and tell me whatever you want. We're gonna have a Q&A after the film. You
There
know,
you go. Yeah, bro.
you
And
got my
that's what I
email.
told. That's what I tell people too, man. I said, man, I don't care if people love me or hate me, man. I just keep watching. It's like at the end of the video, you can say do whatever. And let me ask you, bro, because you said something earlier that caught my attention when you said, with your film being your baby and saying like, sometimes time you gotta let it go and let it, be part of something else, man. And that's kind of how I feel about social media or even posting these because I like a lot of people are like, oh man, like they do something and then they're like, man, people are doing saying this and saying that, and I said, bro, once you post it and let it go, man, that literally let it go, bro. Wherever it goes, it might be good, might be great, might be bad. I said, but that's it, don't stress on it, man, because there's gonna be new haters, new people. Whether they, and I'll respect good criticism, and like I always tell people, if I had somebody that could do better that wanted to do this, I'd be behind the camera, bro. They can be up here doing this. Like I'm okay with that. But
Yeah.
no, as easy as it seems, and people say, oh, I can do that. I'm like, bro, by all means, just do it. Get on there and do it. See how easy it is, man. And it's a lot of work, bro. And I enjoy it. It's not even work for me. I mean, it's part of something that it has become a part of my life, dude. So I'm gonna keep doing this till the day I can. And
Yeah.
outside of that, bro, and unless you guys make me famous and I go to Hollywood, then hey, I'll quit this job, man.
Hey, I'm gonna need a team with me, so we're gonna be talking later, bro.
Let's go,
We'll
brother. Let's go.
need that security, those jujitsu skills, because
I know, man.
I can be pushing.
I'm gonna start going back to training tomorrow, man. Should sharpen them, dude. Let's do it. But
Hey,
yeah, man. But I was gonna say too, bro, because I mean, of course, like I mentioned earlier, and we keep talking about jujitsu. But I mean, you come from a boxing family. You've been around martial arts, around combat sports. Have you, other than that film that you had to let fly away, bro? I mean, are you looking to incorporate more fight scenes, more fight film, like later on in the years?
yes, I definitely am. Fight choreography is something that I feel is just beautiful when it's done the right way. I recently saw Monkey Man, and what caught my attention first off is Dev Patel. He's an amazing actor, right? Since Slumdog Millionaire, and we followed his career since then. My wife and I are both big fans of Dev Patel, and Bollywood is fantastic in their films, and they have a huge film industry where they devote a lot of money into it. Some other fight scenes though, like Triple R, I don't know if you've seen that. Then it becomes more Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and so that's where kind of it loses Sabrina. But me, I'm like, I can sit through and watch it because it's comical, right? But Monkey Man was just amazing in its realistic fighting choreography there. And when I saw that he broke bones, because he's the main actor and the director of it, I felt like a different respect for him. Somebody that stepped out of his comfort zone, stepped into a physical arena, hurt himself, but still finished the film. And the film was a hit, I feel. And it's something that we could definitely rewatch. I love the dark grittiness of it, similar to Batman, with Robert Pattinson. These dark gritty movies and action scenes are something that I definitely want to go back to. It's just I want to do it right, and I need a big team, and so I'm gonna need a good budget for that because I'm gonna need some good stunt guys. I can't have just a bunch of martial artists that I know because they all got day jobs. So I'm gonna have to hire a good team, and each of those guys is gonna cost. We want to pay them because they're coming and they're donating their body for film, for their film legacy. And this is something that I'm definitely working towards in the future. But yeah, it's never left my mind doing an action film coming up where we can show something along those effects. Taken, the fight scenes in films like these are just. I feel that they look realistic. John Wick kind of blurs the line, but I love the way jujitsu's incorporated into it. It's just the shooting kills. Some of them are a little outrageous, but still, I'll watch it to the end because it's like a painting, and you want to see the painting complete, and then you can appreciate it after. Like, oh, okay, I recognize it may not be my favorite painting, but it's a beautiful painting. I feel that way about martial arts films, and I definitely want to keep my body in shape. So if I need to be an extra or something, I get a chance to step in there and not be, kingpin, just getting chopped. I'd rather be.
Oh man.
So I'm whittling my way down using these 100-degree days to lose a couple pounds. And I love martial arts, and I feel like Bloodsport's my favorite movie. And the fight scenes in it. Now looking back, you could find some spots where it's like, man, that looks terrible, but you did it when you were a kid.
Yeah.
And if you're going to be looking for that type of stuff where, oh, it doesn't look perfect, nothing's perfect. It's art. You just have to appreciate the art in it, and that's what we're creating here is subjective art. And we hope that people that are our followers, our fans, understand that we're doing our best. That's why it's taken almost 2 years for this film to come out. The American Coyote. Some of our projects are going to be a little quicker, but it's just I'm curating this baby, and trying to make sure when he steps out into the world that he's prepared. And that's what we're doing with our projects here at Lions Act. We take our time. My wife did on Hell Dance, and it got huge. It's our biggest, hit so far on YouTube, and we're nearing 17,500 on my trailer for the American Coyote that my wife did and edited, our international trailer. So people are starting to take notice, and the word's getting around. I got a chance to chat with Tony Plana a couple of days
Yes.
ago at the film festival.
All that, man.
And yeah, I talked to him a little bit about the flick, and he was just he was super proud that me as a Hispanic, have stuck it out in this game, and as a director, I'm bringing out a film and bringing up my brothers, and sisters in this film so that they get a chance to share their talents to the world. It may not get the big reception that these $1 million movies get, but it's a start, and it's definitely building a path towards what I feel will be a legacy of greatness for our films.
No, no, for sure, man, and it will, man, because I mean, like I mentioned earlier, like you mentioned, I mean, there's just a story that has to be told because there's a lot of movies that don't portray it or don't say that side of the story, and that's one of the things I like about what you've been doing, man, is that you've been looking from outside the box and looking from the victim or from the person itself, because there's a lot of stories I can tell you, man, and I'd have to plead the fifth right after, but I mean, it's just, I mean, a lot of people get put in wrong situations, bro, and a lot of times it's like do it or die, man. And people don't see that. They're like, oh, they robbed the bank because they're idiots. And I was like, dude, sometimes wrong crowd, and they either do this or ya sabes, man.
Yeah.
It's pretty brutal, man. So for those that don't know, it's a real life situation. And I mean, the fact that a lot of the actors, like you said earlier, that have experienced that life and experienced situations like that, and they can now act in them and show their emotion, show their experience, and make these films reality, bro. I mean, that's going to be a plus, man. So that's definitely something I'm looking forward to, bro.
Thanks, brother. It's a chance to share stories from people that don't get a chance to talk. There's people with tape over their mouths right now that what they would give anything, for the chance just to talk to somebody like I'm talking with you right now to share my story, and they're never going to get that opportunity. And so I'm not trying to be a martyr by any means, but I do want to speak on some stuff that I feel like should be spoken on, and I'm not afraid to tell the story. So let it be where it be, let it stand where it stands, and we're here to stand up for our our brothers and sisters that are not able to talk and tell this share this story in a film format, but I am.
No, no, for sure, man. And before we finish up, man, I'm gonna go ahead and show this photo because it is on your y'all's social media network pages.
Yeah.
Lines Out Productions. When it comes to Facebook and Instagram, I mean, people can follow you. For those that are interested, you want to be an extra, you want to get that experience, maybe even catapult their career, man. I mean, they never know, but they can definitely message you guys. See if they can be an extra or get what part you feel fits them perfectly.
Yeah.
And I would say go for it, man. I mean, like I said, dude. I mean, when we first talked, I told you. I mean, I was gonna say no. I was gonna not say no to anything. I mean, when it comes to experience and opportunity, man, I wanted to take everything I could. So by all means, man. I mean, let me know, and I'm there, bro.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate you. You know that we're brothers for life here, and that's something
Appreciate you,
that
man.
I want people to feel comfortable with when they meet me. There's some people that, man, it's just I'm an empath. I'll feel that energy and that vibe. If you don't like me, don't fake it. Just tell me, hey, I don't like you. I don't like this about you. Let's move past it. But let it out and be honest. And that's something that I like to do with my films, with my friends and my family. I'm always gonna be straight and tell the story how I feel from the heart. And hopefully people will get a chance to feel the same way when they see this as man, you know what, he came out with it. He didn't just make a bullshit movie or a bullshit story to make money. It's not a silly goofy movie where just going for laughs or for cheeseball stuff, or he's just trying to get famous. Like I have famous people as friends, and those people are the most humble people that I know. I've known famous people since I worked in the club business maybe 15 years ago. I
Yeah.
used to manage VIP, and every week it was some new famous person. And some of them are assholes, some of them aren't. But in the end, they all put their pants on one leg at a time, and it's a matter of they either they worked hard at it every day or they were giving it to them. But it has nothing to do with me. I do my best, and some famous people want to work with me now, and so I must be doing something right.
Oh yeah, man. I was gonna say, man. Especially you're selling scripts already, bro. So yeah, people are watching, man.
Thanks, brother. We're doing our best out here, Lions Act.
No, no, for sure, man. And I appreciate you jumping on there, man. I know you got off work, so I definitely appreciate your time, brother. I mean, it's a little bit late. People my age are already asleep, so all my two fans are already in bed, man. But everybody else that's watching, bro, I appreciate everybody for following up. And
Yeah.
anything you want to say before we wrap this up, bro?
I just want to say, go ahead and make sure that y'all are subscribing to the Coming Soon podcast. This
Thank you.
podcast is a fantastic opportunity for anybody and everybody to get a
Thank you,
chance
brother.
to talk with the realist. Mario is always going to be a straight shooter with you. This is my third time I believe I spoke with
Yeah,
Mario, and,
yeah,
and, and I love it. It's a great opportunity to get out to your friends, family, and people that are strangers and all at once, and get a chance to share your story. And I definitely recommend y'all come out and get on the show. And if you get a chance, follow us at Lions Act Productions on our Instagram. We have Facebook for the American Coyote, for Nolan Christ, for David, for Lions Act Productions. You can follow me at Fleetwood Davila. You can follow my wife at Sabrina Trevino. And just know that we're coming for that top spot, baby. We're making moves here in San Antonio, and my film's debuting in Dubai. So you want to level up with us? It's time to get on board this spaceship.
There you go, man. There you go. Everybody, of course, make sure and follow up. And of course, always, man, I appreciate your time. Everybody out there, of course, make sure and follow up, subscribe, go to all the social media outlets for both Flying X Production and myself. And as always, my man, we'll be talking soon. Don't hang up yet, brother. Everybody out there, of course, once again, this is Spider, the Coming Soon podcast. Till next time.